wonderful, and it's here to stay. Welcome to tomorrow. What you're looking at here, ladies and gentlemen, is the current face of the NWO beast system. For thousands of years, people were warned, beware, the mark of the beast is coming. Everything you've read in this book is coming true in real time. The mark of the beast is on everything you buy. It's on the money. It's on the money that you spend. It's on the TV. It's in the classroom. It's brainwashing your children. It's brainwashed you, and it's watching you right now on your computer, on your cell phone, when you go outside. The one-eyed NWO beast system, it's the anti-Christ system, and it's all around you like a matrix. Slowly but surely, this system is becoming automated, and it's becoming self-aware. The beast is coming. Artificial intelligence will fool the masses, just as the Bible says. Through Project Bluebeams and the like, it will bring misery to us all. It will enslave and exterminate via science and technology. For science and technology is nothing more than black magic. Evil is as evil does, and black magic has been transformed into chemistry. They've been trying to turn lead into gold for centuries. And that's what modern day science is, black magic. And it's why it all has a side effect. Evil wizards will always tell you their potions are the finest of them all. But they are still the works of evil, my friends. Everything you see on the news and the movies on TV is a distraction, among other things, because it's trying to make you forget what this game of life is really about. It's about good versus evil, and there is no sitting it out. You're in a war whether you like it or not, and you've been given a handbook to see this thing through. And you're either gonna take it or leave it, but you're not sitting this fight out. You're on one side of the fence or the other, and evil is buying time until it can get the beast system on. In the meantime, there's a million issues to hit back on. GMOs, fracking, abortion, chemtrails, false flags. It's all been done to take your rights away, to make you defenseless. They want you weak and vulnerable, antisocial with a limited vocabulary. Because if the only thing you can say back to an NWO beast system is, oh well, that sucks, then they've already won. Be awake and educate. You are the resistance.
From this high place we make this declaration: we will not bow down our knees to Baal. We will not bow down our knees to political correctness. We will not bow down our knees to a morality that is as shifting as sand in the wind. We will not bow down our knees to laws and precepts of rebellion or the sacred vows of moral apostasy. We will not bow down our knees to the idols of man. We will not bow down to Baal.
There's been reports that the world's largest 3D printer is being used to bring replicas of the Ark of the ISIS-destroyed Temple of Baal to London and New York. Now the question I have is why? The Temple of Baal is something that is mentioned in the Bible several times, and although it may not be the exact temple here that was destroyed by ISIS, the reality is that this was a place where Baal was worshipped and where human sacrifices occurred. I mean, this was not a good place. There's a reason why God told the ancient Israelites to tear down these places. But I find this whole thing very strange, and here's a couple reasons why. First off, many media outlets reported that the purpose behind ISIS destroying these ancient relics just a few months ago was to destroy anything that reflects ideologies that are against those held by ISIS. But if that were the case, then why aren't they going after more ancient sites? Why only the few that were reported? Or are there more that haven't been reported? At the same time, the New York Times reported that ISIS is benefiting from the publicity for recruitment purposes and even financially benefiting by disseminating some of the loot with underground trade networks or, archaeological goods. But we know that the global elite control the official and unofficial pipelines when it comes to ancient archaeological relics. An example of this is found in what's called Operation Golden Lily. The Temple of Baal was a place that, in the biblical narrative of the Old Testament, was to be destroyed because there were human sacrifices and all kinds of other abominable things going on at these temples. Some researchers have suggested that Baal is in connection to Nimrod, also Beelzebub, one of the fallen angels of Satan, or Satan himself. So there is this element of Satan worship associated with the Temple of Baal. Why in the world would they want to recreate this Temple of Baal, or at least this ark that was part of the Temple of Baal, in London and New York? I think there's a very good reason why, and it's not the reason they're going to tell you. Now, 1 Corinthians 10:20 clearly tells us that the Gentiles of old sacrificed to demons and not to God, and if you look through the Old Testament, again, there's tons of references to the Temple of Baal. There's even a moment in 2 Kings where Elijah goes against the prophets of Baal to defend the God of Israel against this false god. And then there's Jeremiah 19, verses 4 through 6 says this: "Because the people have forsaken me and have profaned this place by making offerings in it to other gods whom neither they nor their fathers nor the kings of Judah have known, and because they have filled this place with the blood of innocents, and have built the high places of Baal to burn their sons in the fire as burnt offerings to Baal, which I did not command or decree, nor did it come into my mind. Therefore, behold, days are coming, declares the Lord, when this place shall no more be called Topeth, or the valley of the son of Hinnom, but the valley of slaughter." Now again, here you go. There's clear reference to human sacrifice to Baal at these temples, these high places. So the fact that they are recreating it in New York and London, two of the headquarters, if you will, of this new Babylon that we're pretty much living in today, is very interesting. And, I have my views of who Mystery Babylon is in the Bible, but I do think there's something to this global structure that's constructed, and it's fascinating because, of course, London being a financial headquarters, if you will, of the New World Order, and New York being the American arm of that, it's no surprise that these two places are where they would reconstruct the Temple of Baal with the 3D printer. Now, the article states that this is a war against ISIS and a gesture of defiance against religious extremists attempting to erase evidence of the Middle East's pre-Islamic history. I mean, can you get a little bit more dramatic? This sounds like an excuse, and I sincerely doubt that that's really the purpose behind the destruction, first off, of the Temple of Baal by ISIS, but also the reconstruction, this 3D reconstruction of the Temple Ark in New York and London. Why are they glorifying a temple where human sacrifices took place and flaunting it in front of the world and getting the world on board and supporting this because it's a gesture of defiance against religious extremists? Well, I think we know the answer here. And notice how they use religious extremists. They don't say ISIS. They don't say specifically anyone in general. They say religious extremists because in the minds of the public and the minds of those who eat up what the mainstream feeds them, anyone who believes in the Bible, even the Quran, are religious extremists. And if you consider the fact that even in the Bible, God tells the Israelites to destroy these high places because they were having child sacrifices, it was an abominable place to God, bowing in prayer to the shrine and teaching the ways of the mystery religion.